Hello everyone, I am Renowned Zero, and we're back again talking about yet more detractors, including Dick Masterson once again going off on his little Twitter spat that he's still having over ISOM 2 because he's not being successful, his friend's not being successful, Pito Vito over there not being successful, his comic book, and essentially he's being laughed out of the room considering that more books have been donated for ISOM than books have been bought of Super Killer, which is their week comic. So we're gonna talk about this person here. Seems to have some kind of beef with the way that Eric is describing the industry and his gripes and problems he has with the industry. So we'll get right into it. It says, I will, in this one case, hand it to him. He has correctly identified a lot of issues in the comic book industry. Here's the catch. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, he's still a grifter that doesn't deliver product that I'm wearing. So he blames it all on the left, the elites, and the people who aren't real fans. Yes, you have a ton of real fans who bitch and moan about literally everything, who don't actually buy comics, who don't have proof that they buy comics, who don't actually have proof that they know anything about the characters they claim to like. So yeah. And it seems like the shift with the politics seems to only go one way, which is typically left. So instead of correctly diagnosing the cause of most of these issues in the comics, he then decides to do what grifters do best. Again, define grifter, something that you cannot define, and weaponize those grievances into hyping himself up. It's actually a smart thing to do, saying, this stuff sucks. This isn't good. Let me talk to you about something that's better, my own product. About how much he respects the industry when in reality his entire career is built on insulting and belittling that industry for his own gain. He's actually been reviewing comics for quite some time now, buying the comics that you people claim to buy when y'all are just scrolling on a Marvel Unlimited app. Using the failures of that industry, both real and imaginary, to build himself up. He's literally cannibalizing it while saying he's the only one who cares about it. Annoying as hell. Well, yeah, he's telling you what's terrible about it, why it's terrible, why he believes it's terrible, because of course it's always an opinion, and then offering a solution by saying, my comic doesn't do any of these things. My comic you can pick up at any time and read it, and you never have to worry about continuity issues or my company disrespecting you as a customer like current Marvel and DC do with their employees and their books. To which Alexander Scott responds with, grifter equals anybody who doesn't work for Disney, am I right? Yeah, those damn DC grifters. Until proven otherwise, that seems to be pretty much your range. Do you support any independent talent? There are plenty of other talent out there with Eric July, including Ethan Van Sciver, Shane Davis, Billy Tucci, Graham Nolan, Rini, who made Fiendish. And these are all people who seem to care about the comics and care about the stories and care about the art rather than trying to preach to their customer and tell them they're a piece of garbage, essentially. But of course, we always have people like Dick Masterson still talking about this. A month and a half later, still talking about this. But as of this recording, currently sitting at $1.629 million with 9,545 cover A's, which is by Eternian, 10,121 cover B's, which is the cover by Ethan Van Sciver, and 3,342 of cover C, that is made by Shane Davis, that is foil and emboss. Only 5,000 that will ever be printed of this one, and these two won't be printed after the campaign. So if you're looking to get any of these, get in where you fit in. 1,147 books that were donated to charity, which they're still mad about to this day. And of course, here we go. We have Dick Masterson, who has this to say. Wow, they're pissed about this tweet. Eric July's fans are just bullies. I doubt it. But I guess I would be upset too if I paid $200+ for a comic most people are openly laughing at. Where's the proof? Where's the evidence of this? I guarantee it's just people who don't like Eric July for either his socio-political views or just buy the book just to say it's trash. And honestly, you're allowed to have that opinion. It's your opinion. You're allowed to have it. But the majority of people who bought ISOM 1 like it. That's why he's had yet another successful campaign. And even talks about, as I've always stated in previous videos and people who are new here, I've said, he even mentions that he's seen repeat customers of ISOM 2. Right? Well, we're going to jump into this thread really quick. He saw I had 1% of his following and thought I was an easy pick. people who are out there throwing out egregious things, saying a bunch of stuff, and acting like because they're smaller that they're above criticism. They're above being told to essentially that you're wrong, that you're lying about the person or company. Well, if Eric wants less of this, maybe he should consider, I don't know, maybe making better comics. Again, your opinion. I guarantee you didn't buy the book. You're not showing that you bought the book. You're saying nothing but it sucks or make better comics. It's like, do you have any proof you actually bought this book? Because I know I bought the book. I got all 3 covers. I've got multiple shirts. I've got posters, and I've got the cards. So I know what I'm talking about. And again, this person, nobody should listen to your opinion considering you have pronouns in your bio. No one should really listen to you. He might have borrowed the ISOM storyline. This might be a new goalpost that I've never heard of in my life. So essentially, there's a person right here called William ISOM, I guess. Parts was all counts charged with this thing with a deadly weapon, intent to do this. I guess. Professional wrestler Roddy Piper was this. And in the chest Tuesday night by fan, another wrestler who had defeated Piper early in the evening. Piper, the one who police. I guess he must be talking about this particular thing. Do you think they're like ex-cult members that don't want to admit they're wrong? Well, you can't be wrong on an opinion because it's an opinion. I mean, when someone craps on something you support and your best reply is, but that's your opinion, bro. I can tell you right now, you definitely are not winning. Yeah, they're actually winning. And yes, it is your opinion. You're allowed to say it's terrible. He's not going to be mad that you're calling his book terrible. But again, people like this on Twitter really don't buy product. They claim to buy product, but more than likely they steal the product, similar to the guys that I've shown in previous videos who were talking about, they have a pirated version and they're going to read it together. The way they spend all their time going after even small accounts, criticizing them is really bizarre. I had people jumping all over me, calling me white bread and a coward, not seeing anything like that. Because you're not used to people calling you out for your nonsense. That's what it is. You're used to people just not saying anything. Because you're behind a keyboard and mouse. The ISOM allies are no different from the raging leftists. They're resorting to petty insults and ad hominem attacks. I mean, just like you're claiming that Dick Masterson had some real criticism when he really didn't, because his reading comprehension is like first grade level. They fail to realize having lack of criticism will let the bad quality media from Hollywood and pop culture. No, what led to bad quality media was a bunch of idiots in Hollywood who think that race swapping and gender swapping everything makes something better. It's called laziness. Dave says, y'all some jealous people. WWID, what would ISOM do? Air July, this disrespect must not go unanswered. Been trying to do the same thing to me all day. Do not listen to him. Do not buy the goods he's selling, both metaphorically and literally. Look into his business. Trust me, it's nowhere near as oil as he wants you to think. I won't mention him again on here. Just know he's a grifter and schmuck in the highest way. Again, you cannot be a grifter when you promise a product and then deliver on said product. This isn't a Zoe Quinn incident where this person crowdfunds and then doesn't deliver a product. He put a pre-order campaign, put his money where his mouth is, and then gave everyone the products that they ordered. A guy in their Tuesday night nerd show super chatted to brag that he was 1,600 into ISOM. Of course, they have to act like coping morons. Well, you're all the ones that are coping because this man's making millions of dollars while Vito and Dick Masterson sit here and cry about it all day and openly admit their jealousy towards the man. So, who's really coping? Dick Masterson, who's been crying about it for a month and a half, or the people who are invested in a universe that they have a lot of hype for, that they like? They're investing in something that they like, whereas Dick Masterson's sitting here complaining and coping over the fact that this man's making money, and no one's giving a crap about you. You know? Laughed my ass off. Dude talked a whole bunch of nonsense and tried to promote a comic no one cares about. Yeah, the comic that no one cares about that made so far 1.6 million, while the first one made 3.7. Yeah, definitely the comic no one cares about, right? Of course, getting called out for it. You yourself seem to care about the comic so much as to the extent of an unhealthy obsession. I hope you find peace. Phenomenal. Here's the cover orders. Pronouns in bio from Nightwing, Iron Man. You all keep saying only to be proven wrong. Doesn't it get exhausting at this point? Never for them. It never gets exhausting because they just want to sound like they're right. They want their word to be the only word. They want their word to be gospel, and that's it. They just want to put down people who are enthusiastic and hyped about a product that they're not enthusiastic and hyped about, and they want you to feel like you shouldn't like the product because they don't like the product. It's very weird. Where was he wrong? You didn't say anything about his actual points because you know he's right. Of course, the person knows they're right. Well, you're wrong because people do care, or they wouldn't purchase Rippaverse comics, ISOM shirts, etc. I'm wearing a Irish shirt. Not sure why it bothers you unless it's jealousy, or maybe it's because you prefer the modern day Marvel comics, which suck, which stink, and you know it. You live under a rock. You made over $4 million in sales since the launch of this company, and yet here you are. It's just endless getting destroyed in the comments. Hail the Lord. 3.7 million the first campaign, 1.6 million the second. So far in the second says different. Your bio says it all. You promote manga and anime and no American comic characters. American comics suck for the most part. This is proof. Yeah, and they also have pronouns in bio. And then now they have this. I guess this is the new thing to put in your bio, because apparently you need an identifier attached to the male in order for people to know you're an actual male. But not really. You're pretty much a soy boy if you have to put this in front of your name, in front of your gender, or sex. Like, are you serious? Like, what are you doing? Comics don't suck for the most part. Yes, they do. That's why the comic sales are faltering and falling like a rock. If you actually pay attention and see, you'll find some really dope DC Marvel comics out there if you don't just pick up all the weak comics everyone's hating right now. These are the same people that are trying to say comics are booming when they add in the manga sales that are doing most of the heavy lifting for the most part in the comic book industry. It's like, these people are weird, man. And their weird obsession with this man's success is just absolutely disgusting. And the fact that they try to, like, people like Dick Masterson try to take credit for things like the charity work that Eric is doing is just absolutely appalling. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, returning viewers. If you do like this video, though, hit the like button. Comment below what you feel about all this. Do not interact with anyone I've shown on this video. Subscribe for more content. Hit the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all. That way you get notifications anytime I post a new video. And I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.